Hello! So today I'm going to go through some glute strengthening exercise. So these exercises are really great if you spend a lot of time sitting. Maybe you've realised that you're not getting the glute activation that you want. It's not coming easy to you to engage your glutes. Maybe you've got some imbalances in your posture or you're suffering from back or hip pain. The first exercise that we're going to do is squats. Starting with your feet hip width apart. Stand nice and tall, hips over your heels. We're going to bend both knees and sit your hips back behind you, push into your heels and rise up to standing. So squatting up and down, hips hinging back, push up. So you'll see I'm not coming forward with knees over my toes. I'm pushing my hips back, heels and up. Push back, heels and up. Another way you can do this is to squat into a chair. So sit in a chair where your knees are over your ankles, push up out of the chair. Squatting, and you can start shallow and get deeper, but I want you to make sure that as you push up, your glutes are tightening. So you can always dig your fingers into your butt, feel your glute muscles activate as you push and rise. Bend down, glutes tighten and push. Bend down, glutes tighten and push up. So you're getting that lengthening into your hip muscles and you're getting that strong glute activation as you come up. And you may just be here when you start. It may be a small movement and engage and rise. Small and engage and rise. And then as your muscles adapt, as they lengthen, as they start to rebalance, then you'll be able to increase the movement. So don't go for a deep squat if you're finding your heels are lifting, your knees are coming forward and you haven't got the right biomechanics at the moment to squat deep. You start shallow, start where you are with a small movement, and over time you will increase the flexibility in your muscles and you'll be able to do it. So just with practice, so squats. And then we'll stay up and we'll do some lunges. So take a step forward, your feet can be narrow or wide. Lift up onto the ball of your back foot, dip both knees down, push the ground, rise up. So both knees bend, push and rise, lunging up and down. So I'm taking quite a narrow lunge to start with because this is probably more accessible for you. Push the floor as you rise up. As you increase in your ability and your flexibility, you might be able to take the legs a bit wider, maybe lunge that knee a bit closer to the floor. Hips forward, feet forward. Feel that stability in your core, feel your glutes. We'll change legs, so take a step the other way. So start with a small step forward. Both knees bend, push the ground, rise up. Both knees bend, push the ground, rise up. And again, I'm not coming over the front knee, I'm not lunging into the front leg. Both knees bend, glutes engage and rise. And it really is that conscious activation of your glutes that you want as you rise up, which is going to help to strengthen the muscles, support your knees, support your legs. So bend down, glutes tighten and push up. Bend your knees, glutes tighten and push up. You can try and see if you can get an activation on both sides. You might find that one side doesn't want to engage and the front leg probably is engaging. So try and get both sides to work together when you do these conscious lunges. Taking the feet a bit wider if you want to, just experimenting. Can you go a bit wider, can you go a bit deeper? Activate as you rise, activate as you rise, and then we'll come back up and we're going to come down onto the ground, do some bridges. So with your feet hip distance apart, knees bent, not too close, not too far, somewhere in the middle. Engage your glutes, push your hips up and down, push up and down. And I'm not rolling through my back on these because I'm just getting the glutes to engage. So pushing up, squeeze and down. Squeeze your butt, push up, down. Squeeze, push up and down. I'm getting a bit of a flattening, so I'm trying to kind of roll my back to the floor, helping me to engage my glutes and then push up. You should feel your butt muscles really activating, working on these ones. Try and keep your shoulders relaxed, keep your head heavy to the floor. Push into both feet evenly. So notice if your weight is trying to dominate one side. And then we're going to keep your hips up and just do some pulsing, so pushing up and down. And this is similar to the hip thrust kind of movement. So just staying up, small pulses, glutes, glutes, tighten and tighten. Feel your glutes and then rest down. We'll push all the way up and then rest down. Push all the way up and then rest down. So resting your hips down. We'll turn onto one side. We'll just do a couple of clams on each side. Knees bent, about 90 degrees. Open and close your top knee. So you want to keep your hips pointing forward, keep your hips stacked, feet together. Activate through your glutes as that top knee lifts. So feel a squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. And with almost all of these exercises, if you want to make them harder, start as I'm doing them, but once you've done them for a while and if you feel you need a bit more challenge, you can always use resistance bands around your legs to just get a little bit more resistance work into the muscles. Squeeze and lift and relax. And we'll turn on to the other side. Roll over, knees bent round, rest your shoulders, keep your spine nice and long, open and close the top knee. And it's worth just checking your positioning. I'll always do a little wobble just to check that my hips are stacked, that my back is straight, hip bones are pointing forward. As your knee lifts, make sure you're getting that clench and release. So you can dig your fingers in, squeeze and release. And with a clamp, you can always play around with the position of your legs as well. So if your knees are too far forward, you might find it hard to engage your glutes to start with. So you sometimes better to start with your feet more aligned straight down from your hips with your clam. And then you can always work further round as you get more experienced. But to start with, just really make sure that your glutes are tightening, because you can do this exercise without engaging your glutes. It's just that the wrong muscles are working, or the wrong muscles for glute strengthening are working. If you want to engage your glutes, you need to really think about that squeeze and lift. Because especially if your glutes are lazy, they're weak, they've forgotten what to do, they'll be trying to do everything they can to not work. So trying to engage the brain, engage the muscle, is really the first thing you do before you even lift the knee. And I'm not lifting very far. It's not, with all these movements, it's not about big range of movements. It's about that small movement, but the awareness is there. This clench and lift, clench and lift, so that you don't even, so that's how many lifting, 2 inches there. That's all you need to do, clench and lift. So it's not about the movement of the knee, the height, it's about the activation of the glutes when you lift. Okay, and we'll relax. We'll just stretch out your glutes quickly. So we'll just roll onto your back, cross one leg over the other, pull your knee, one or both, into your chest. So you can just do one leg if that's more comfortable. Keep your back nice and long, stretch out, breathe into your hip, let those muscles relax. And then change legs, cross the other leg over, one or both. You can hug one across your body or hug both knees straight in. Back nice and long. Take some deep breaths. Because we want to strengthen the muscles, but we also need to relax them. It's important to have the strength, but also that they can soften and relax. So we get full functionality of our muscles. Take a nice deep breath, relax, drop your feet back down to the ground, and there you go, just a short exercise demonstrating to you some exercises that are really, really great if you want to strengthen up your glutes and get them to be more functional and to ease any back or hip pain you might have that might be associated with the fact that you've got into a bad habit pattern of glute activation. If you have any questions at all, please get in touch and I'd be happy to answer them. Have a great day.